Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we getting on? In today's video, we are taking a look at some new details on 76 Seasons, the Season Pass coming to Fallout 76, as well as a little bit more information on this weekend's Treasure Hunter event and next week's Fasnacht Parade event. So, let's jump in and take a look, shall we? Okay then, so we have a nice, well, I say nice, aftermath of Fasnacht picture to start things off with, which is cool. Nice evening shot. And Fallout 76 Inside the Vault May updates. This week we're making a clarification about how 76 Seasons will work. We've also got reminders for you about the first Treasure Hunter event, which begins today, and the return of Fasnacht Parade, which begins on Monday. Awesome. So, 76 Seasons are for everyone. So, as we discussed last week, the tone of the blog post announcing the new roadmap suggested that 76 Seasons might be paid content after the first season. Bethesda came out yesterday, I believe it was, and confirmed that, in fact, it will not be paid. It will be free right the way through for everybody, which has been reiterated here. So, following our preview of 76 Seasons in last week's Inside the Vault, we've seen questions and concerns from the community about what it will cost to take part in seasons after the first one. We'd like to clarify that participation in Fallout Seasons will be free for all of our players. Period. That's it. We apologise for any confusion. So that's good news. Personally, I suspected that if the game's costs were outweighing the amount it's generating in revenue, then they might need additional revenue streams, which is not particularly unreasonable if we want the game to continue existing, which I think most of us probably do. So that was my premise behind I'm okay with it as long as they don't overprice it. However, it looks like, which is good for the game in general as well, they have no need or desire to charge for 76 Seasons, so we'll all be getting it free, which is fantastic. As I say, it bodes well for the game as well, not least of all because if they don't have to generate extra revenue, it means they're generating enough as it is, which is good for the health of the game and its continued existence, in short. So ultimately, that works out well for all of us as well, but on the other side. And of course, it's good for Bethesda as well, and that means they can keep producing games we want to play. Starfield Elder Scrolls 6, anybody? Additionally, everyone is certain to gain access to each new season as soon as it begins, and all players will follow the same progress and reward track. You will have the option to purchase individual ranks for items in the order that they appear, but not during the first 2 weeks of the season. So, basically what we went over last time. Incidentally, if you want to have a look again, I'll link both the patch notes video from earlier in the week and the full roadmap video up in the corner on the cards, so you can review those and take a little bit more of a reminder if you would like to. So that said, we're looking to potentially add some bonus rewards at certain ranks for Fallout First members, but not for Season 1. We're currently focused on getting this season implemented and seeing your feedback on the seasons first before we include any extra rewards. So I'm definitely fine with the idea of a few additional rewards for Fallout First players. They are paying a premium after all. It's only reasonable that they get something back for that. They're already getting a few bits and pieces, so I'm basically fine with that. Seeing a few little extra rewards, it seems like the right thing to do. I mean, when we were speculating that it might cost after the first season, which clearly it's not going to now, great. I was hoping that wouldn't apply to Fallout First players because they're already paying a premium. Some extra rewards seem like a reasonable thing to be doing, reasonable route to go down, although they're going to figure out the main body of the seasons first and get things working properly and test it out and stuff first, which is also probably a sensible way to go. So, finally, the season system will not be available for playtesting in our upcoming iteration of the PTS for Update 20. There are technical reasons for this, which include the fact that the Atomic Shop is not available on the PTS, which is where you check where your rewards are, in short. I assume from the tone of this, I would take also that there are other reasons as well, but how long do we want this to be, really, I suppose? Well, we would love to hear for your early impressions of seasons in the PTS. We're looking forward to reading your thoughts once you've had the chance to try out the new system after Update 20 arrives. So they're probably reasonably confident in it, not expecting it to be perfect, but then again, given the way the system works, there's kind of less that can go wrong with it. Also, kind of opening a can of worms and jinxing everything by saying that. He says touching everything vaguely made out of wood he can find. But it should be reasonably alright, and they're basically implying quite heavily here that if there's a few bugs to be ironed out, a few creases that need sorting, that combination of sentences was completely the wrong way around, but whatever. You get the idea. They're kind of expecting that, they're acknowledging that this might occur, and they're going to sort it out moving forward. They're being straight about it. If they haven't got a practical way of testing it beforehand, other than internally, obviously, then it is what it is, I suppose. But it's not going to be a game-breaking issue if it doesn't work anyway. The rest of the game will be independent of it anyway, so not a problem. All in all, personally, I'm really looking forward to it. It's even more now I know that it's not going to cost extra, so it's definitely a bonus, and I'm sure many of you guys will be glad to hear that as well. Do let me know your reactions down in the comments. So, hunt down the treasure hunter mole miners. This is a really cool picture, and likely you've already seen it in the thumbnail because it is that cool. I like it. I'm really hoping we can get an outfit based on this mole miner look, that jacket and hood thing they've got going on. Is that tyres on their back? It looks like it might be somewhere there, other than the massive backpack, of course. Is really, really cool. It'll be very, very cool. I'd like to get my hands on that. Yeah, the other thing about that I'm quite pleased about is the distinct-looking version of the mole miners as well, which is almost like the purveyor, actually, in some ways. We'll make it a lot easier to spot the mole miners we're looking for, as well as, from what they said last week, there is also an audio cue as well to keep your ear out for, which makes life a little bit easier. Very, very cool. Hopefully we'll jump into that one tomorrow night. Looking forward to it. So, for the next few days, it's open season on treasure hunter mole miners who have been observed surfacing in the ash heap to scour the area for riches. Head there to search for these special mole miners, then take them down to claim their loot for yourself by picking up and opening the mole miner pails they drop. During the event, vendor bots around Appalachia will also sell you empty pails for caps. Use them at the Tinker's Workbench to craft your own mole miner pails that are full of loot. Then you can trade them to others or keep them for yourself. Unfortunately, no clarification here on whether or not you get to select what tier they'll be. Obviously, we know there are going to be 3 tiers, a low, medium, and high one. I don't know if it's going to be a random roll based when you craft, or use more materials to craft the pail and get a better result. But well, the easy way to find out will be to head over to a vendor, buy an empty pail, go to your Tinker's Workbench, and try it. I guess it looks like the only option we're going to get, but it's an option. Personally, I think I'd rather hunt down the mole miners and take them off their corpses. To be honest, I think there's going to be a more fun way of tackling it rather than just buying them and crafting them. But that's just me. So, after a few days, the mole miners will realise you've caught on to their activities in the ash heap and they'll put their hoarding on hold. However, you can bet they'll venture out again in the future to resume their operations in another region of Appalachia. There are plenty of rewards up for grabs this weekend, and you can get additional event info in Update 19 patch notes on Fallout.com. Link to this blog post as per usual in the description, so you can head over and follow the links through if you'd like, or of course you can watch my video. That will do the job as well. So, time, itinerary, detail type things. Hunt for the treasure hunter details. Region, ash heap. Event starts at midday Eastern Time, Thursday 21st, that's today. Should be up and rolling by the time this video is. 5 o'clock in the UK. And it will end at the same time on Monday, which is, as I say, 12 PM Eastern and 5 PM over here. So, with the end of the Treasure Hunter event begins the week-long Fasnacht Parade. A lot of people excited for this, myself included. In case you missed it in the Update 19 patch notes, Fasnacht Parade returns to Helvetia on Monday the 25th. The event itself will work just as it did previously. The Protectrons in Helvetia need your help with a variety of activities to prepare for the annual Fasnacht celebration and parade, except for it's like 2 months later. If you aid them before the timer runs out, the bots will gather to begin their festive march around town. Defend them from any party crashes along the parade route, and you'll be rewarded with some loot. The more bots that survive the parade, the better your chances of rare loot, including Fasnacht masks. So, the community enjoyed this event quite a bit last year, and we're excited to bring it back again. Looking forward to it, I missed out. We've implemented a number of bug fixes since last time, always good to hear, and made some balance tweaks for the bots. Curious about how that's going to pan out. Maybe they'll be a little tougher, maybe they won't. Could be interesting in and of itself. And significantly increase the drop rates for rare Fasnacht masks. Emphasis on significantly, because that was definitely an issue last time. Did hear a lot about that. There are several new masks up for grabs. Awesome, keep it fresh. So make sure to join the festivities and claim some rewards next week. So the parade details, the event will start at 1 PM Eastern Time, Monday 25th. And the event will end at 12 PM Eastern Time, Tuesday the 2nd of June. So just over a week actually, that's running, which is very, very cool. Please note, decorations will appear in Helvetia starting at 12 PM Eastern Time on the 25th, that's Monday. And the first run of the event will begin an hour later. It will start up again every hour after that. So it's every hour on the hour starting at 1 PM. And yeah, a little bit of changeover time and settling in time. Not quite sure what the ins and outs of that will be. Maybe some kind of a hot fix, hot patch type deal that allows them to switch it over without actually having to take the servers down if there's only an hour's turnaround time. Definitely no way they're taking the servers down for that small a window. Be difficult to manage, I should imagine. But there we go. All very cool. Yeah, very, very cool. Not much in the way of vastly new news beyond the update to 76 Seasons. Really glad to see that's actually going to be free. As I say, both in the sense that we don't have to pay for it, and also the implications for the health and state of the game as well, which is really, really good as well. And, you know, more stuff to do, which is great. Something I constantly keep working at, which is having something extra to engage with is a big thing. It's very, very cool. Keeps players playing, and I suspect one of the reasons they're able to do it for free is because players who are playing more are more likely to spend more, in short. It would be my guess on the situation, but all in all, good for the game. Very, very happy about that. I'm sure a lot of people will be relieved to hear this. Treasure Hunter event looks very, very cool. Liking the look of these new mole miners. Definitely looking forward to giving that a go in the next few days. And yeah, looking forward to getting stuck into Fasnacht as well. Not had a crack at it yet. Looking forward to it. And yeah, the decorations, stuff like that, things I've had a few occasions where I would definitely like to have had the opportunity to use them in the past. So I'm hoping I can pick up a good few of those. And if I get a mask as well, not going to complain. So yeah, all in all, very, very cool. So, short and sweet. We'll avoid drawing this out any longer than it needs to be, I think, today. Especially as it's absolutely toasty in here. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed this and you found it useful and informative. If you did, please do hit those buttons for me. Very, very much appreciated. Social media links in the description as always if you want to catch up with me on Twitter, Instagram or Facebook. Do catch one of the live streams if you get the chance as well. We're having a lot of fun playing both Fallout 76 and we've got the final part of Mass Effect coming later tonight, so that should be very, very cool. And some cool new things building towards the launch of Cyberpunk that we're going to be working on over the summer, but starting hopefully next week. So do keep an eye out for that as well. Got some good stuff coming. For now, thank you very much for watching and I look forward to speaking to you all very, very soon.